Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a clip of Amberlynn Reid accusing the TV show My 600-Pound Life of faking scenes. According to her, many of the scenes on the show are highly exaggerated. It's been quite a while since I made a video about Goral World, so I figured it was high time. I'm just a girl in the world. A person like me wants to go to Goral World occasionally. Before we proceed, please click the like button so that I may apply comb to mustache. Oh, I'm just a girl in the world.
Hey guys, so welcome to my weigh-in. I am getting around to filming this pretty late at night. I already did my live stream and everything, and usually by my Tuesday live stream, I've already had this filmed, edited, and scheduled to go up for the next day.
Oh wow, you're way more ahead of things than me.
But I'm not feeling the greatest, and I'm going to tell you the reason why in this video, so let's just get straight to it. First, we're going to start off with the 5 questions that I do every weigh-in video, and where I get those is Instagram. So once a week I go on there and I say, ask me any weight, health, food related questions.
Wow, it's pretty brave for you to open the floor to comments. I've seen the type of comments that Amberlynn gets.
What makes you say that the eating scenes in 600-Pound Life are exaggerated and not real? So I said that in a past weigh-in video because it's true. I've actually been contacted by multiple people who have been in 600-Pound Life, and I myself have contacted a couple people myself.
I've heard that they give you a bunch of food, like the food that you love, and they just tell you to go crazy. Or they're like, if you do the shower scene, we'll give you extra money. Like,
and I'm also actually pretty good friends with 2 people who have been on shows like that, and they do exaggerate those scenes, especially in 600-Pound Life.
oh yeah, I'm not the slightest bit shocked.
And I only know that because people who have been on 600-Pound Life have told me that personally. Plus, I'm also someone who is over 500 pounds. I was almost 600 pounds at one point. Why do you think people...
Okay, so because you were almost 600 pounds, you know that the scenes were faked? You're like, that's not how I used to dip my nuggets. That's not accurate at all. Those scenes are complete bollocks.
will freak out about the size of a 20-piece nugget, but will order a 10-piece with a large fry and act like that is any better.
Okay, did you leave this comment for yourself? Why do you think people freak out about the size of a 20-piece nugget, but will order a 10-piece with a large fry and act like that is any better? Okay, can I call bollocks on that question? Are you sure you didn't leave that question for yourself? Because that question is just making you look good, right? Apparently people have been giving Amberlynn a hard time about getting a 20-piece nugget. This comment is saying, what are those people crazy for giving you a hard time about that? They're all going and getting nuggets and fries, so what the heck? Like, it's very clear to me that you wrote that comment. All right, I'm gonna have a thing where I invite people to ask me questions, and then I'm gonna pose as one of the people asking me questions, and all the questions are just gonna be like, why are you so hot? Why are you so smart? God damn, you're funny. How do you do it? Oh, man. How do you do it, you bastard? You're too hot. This is crazy. I can't believe it. This is me when I'm typing positive things about myself. Man, look at you. You're fine as hell. Look at all that mustache. Sorry. Ooh, baby, look at all that mustache. I'm sorry, man. Things are getting weird. I don't know why people are freaking out about that.
Good point, good point.
Good point, good point. Super real person that totally left that comment.
I think just like hearing a 20-piece nugget, it's like, whoa, that's crazy.
I know, right? Just the sound of it is kind of blowing people's mind, I think.
But when you do the calories for a 20-piece nugget versus like a regular meal that you can get at McDonald's, which is a 10-piece nugget with a large fry, it's about the same calories. There's a little bit more calories in the nugget and fry, but the...
Right, but given that this is your perspective, it's hard to believe that somebody else left that comment, right? They left a comment perfectly encapsulating something that you've probably been saying for weeks and months. If I were to follow Amberlynn, she probably talks about this regularly. It's probably like a common thing where she's like, a 20-piece nugget ain't that bad. You guys are crazy. Like, this whole spiel and that comment that somebody left is probably something that you have discussed ad nauseum. So that's probably your comment.
The protein and the carbs are better if you just get the 20-piece nugget. I'm not saying either of these options are good for you, But the same people judging someone for ordering a 20-piece nugget will also go to McDonald's.
How do you know that the people judging you for ordering a 20-piece are going and getting a 10-piece and fries or whatever? How do you know that? Maybe they don't go to McDonald's at all. I'm not saying they're right for judging you, by the way. This is not an endorsement of people giving Amberlynn a hard time for what she eats or her weight.
And get the nuggets and fries. I think people like to play mind tricks because, like...
Jedi mind tricks?
When you see, like, sodium, for an example, on nutrition labels, you don't really think about your own sodium consumption. I see so many people telling me, oh my god, Amberlynn, like, that's so much sodium in that ramen that you're eating, blah, blah, blah. But the same people will make rice-a-roni for them and their family, not realizing that that also has a lot of sodium. Or even just like...
Right, there are lots of foods that have sodium that we wouldn't expect.
Like a can of corn, they add sodium to these things. Everything has sodium.
Everything does have sodium, but we don't want to go nutty with it. We don't want to have too much.
Americans just eat a lot of sodium without even...
Please stop saying sodium. The way she says sodium is cracking me up. I don't know why.
Realizing it. Have you thought about asking ChatGPT how many calories you should eat to lose weight? So I never thought about it. So I decided to do it. And when I did do it, it prompted me. It was like, can you tell me a bit about yourself? Can you tell me like age, weight, height, any medical things that could be wrong with you? And I like that aspect because like when you try to do these like metabolic rate things online, it literally just asks for your height, your gender, and your weight. And it's like, no, there's more to it. So I thought that was cool that ChatGPT actually asked for that.
Okay, so ChatGPT asks if you have medical conditions that are contributing to your weight as well.
So here's the screenshot. And as you can see, ChatGPT thinks that I should eat anywhere between 2,200 and 2,400, which is something I've always said. And
that's something that you've always said. When I asked ChatGPT how many calories Amberlynn Reid would have to intake every day to maintain her weight, it said anywhere between 3,500 and 4,000. According to ChatGPT, Amberlynn's weight has been reported between 500 and 572. We'll use an average of 500 for this calculation, and her age of 34 years. In order to maintain your weight, if you had a sedentary lifestyle, you would have to consume 3,500 calories a day. If you were lightly active, 4,000 calories a day.
Literally shows the reason why I should be eating at this lower limit, such as weight loss is slower for me.
For me.
Due to the lipedema and the lymphedema and how that fluid retention shows up on the scale a lot, which I've also said to you guys.
So it's all water weight, essentially.
Pretty much everything that ChatGPT says in this screenshot is exactly what I've said. Like,
wow, it confirmed everything.
How my metabolism is a lot slower due to hysterectomy. It's also slower due to me having no estrogen.
It literally is just regurgitating all of the same excuses that you've used over the years that people have been giving you a hard time for.
My body, slower because I went through menopause, and it's slower because of the years of yo-yo dieting. If you continue...
No. Yo-yo dieting doesn't slow your metabolism.
...to like make your calories super low, lower than they need to be, that'll continue to mess with your metabolic rate.
So you're saying that because you tried to diet one time and you were in a caloric deficit a couple of times, now your body stores extra weight.
Make your calories super low, lower than they need to be, that'll continue to mess with your metabolic rate.
Being in a caloric deficit will make you gain weight? What?
And then I got curious because there's lovely rumors always floating around that I should be eating like 10,000 calories a day to maintain my weight. That is wild and so off base and untrue. Like, I know that. Like,
well, according to the ChatGPT that I looked at, you need 3,500 to 4,000 calories per day to maintain your size.
Like, already, like, as a person, that's not true, but
a person?
I was like, you know what? ChatGPT has never been wrong for me.
For me. Well, if it told you that yo-yo dieting in the past is what led to your weight gain today, then I would say it's fairly confused.
So I'm curious. I was like, ChatGPT, how many calories do I need for myself to maintain the weight that I'm at? ChatGPT confirms the misconceptions are not real. I need between 3,200 to 3,400 which is actually really easy for me. Like,
for me? Well, when I looked this up using ChatGPT, it said that you need between 3,500 and 4,000 calories per day to maintain your current size, given your known height and weight.
eating that is very easy for someone my size. And it's actually pretty easy to do without even realizing it.
According to your ChatGPT, you need 3,200 to 3,400 calories a day to maintain your size. When I looked it up, it said you need between 3,500 and 4,000 calories a day. Okay, according to this, eating more than 3,400 calories a day will make you gain weight. Eating around 3,200 to 3,400 will make you maintain your weight. And eating around 2,100 to 2,300 will make you steadily lose weight. And remember, as you lose weight, your maintenance needs will slowly go down, but the changes are gradual. Oh yeah, that's that plateau that a lot of people don't really understand.
And for some reason, people just don't want to believe that. I don't understand why, but like, I'm living proof because I am my person.
You are your person.
I am, like, in my body, I am me.
Damn, that's deep. That kind of makes you think, doesn't it? Damn, son.
And I'm just sharing that based on my experiences. How often do you grocery shop? So I'll either go every week or bi-weekly. So sometimes
I'm not over that one question that was like, how come people are tripping out about a 20-piece when it's no different than getting a 10-piece with some fries? Like, that was a real question?
I'll skip a week, but definitely only once a week. Is your new friend a caretaker because you are so big? Y'all, the goal...
Okay, that's a real question.
Goalpost has absolutely moved. Like, it's ridiculous. So at first I would talk about my friend in my videos and people would be like, oh my god, she's imaginary, or oh my god, like Amberlynn's making up this friend. And now that you guys have heard her voice in my videos, the goalpost has moved and now it's a caretaker. Like, stop with the fat phobia.
Seriously, guys.
I understand that I'm really large, but I live by myself. No one comes in my apartment. Like, not even my mom. Every time we hang out, we're always hanging out, like, outside of my apartment.
Well, you can't be really that mad because a lot of people, like the ones we've seen on my 600-pound life, basically did need a caretaker, right? They were bedbound or had such severe mobility issues that somebody had to bring them meals or take them places, etc. So it's not really that unheard of.
Going and doing things and spending time out. I don't need a caretaker. I don't need anyone to help me with anything. Yes, I don't drive. I'm fully aware. But when it comes to the things that people are assuming due to the fat shaming, I don't need anyone. I take care of everything myself.
Okay, I want to say something here that is perhaps too controversial, but it involves a washcloth. Perhaps, maybe I should not continue talking about that. Let's just continue.
I do not have a caretaker, and I have never had a caretaker.
But I'm not going to talk about the washcloth, okay?
I will never have a caretaker. My friend is my friend because it is someone that I met in person, and I realized I clicked with. I enjoy being around her, and vice versa. We laugh, we have fun, we share the same hobbies.
What? All right, now you're talking crazy. You found another human being on this planet that you get along with? That sounds insane. You sound completely insane. I don't believe a damn word of any of this. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. My bitterness is coming out.
Like, literally just a friend. And this is like also another reason why my friends or anyone in my life will never be on camera again. Yes, you'll see.
I do not blame you. Every single person that's being on camera in one of Amberlynn's videos, the audience starts speculating immediately, like, is that her new girlfriend? Is that her caretaker? Did she adopt that person? Like, if I were somebody that knew Amberlynn, I would not want to be in any of her videos. I wouldn't want to be a background person.
My mom here and there, but that is it. Because all you've heard is a voice, and already the rumors are starting. All right, so let's get into the goals that I had for last week, and did I succeed in those?
All right, let's see.
So last week, my goal was to follow a meal plan for 5 days out of 7, and I did not do that. I wanted to have like a huge veggie plate every single day for lunch, and I did not succeed in all 5 days. So my goals for the next week are literally just to win over this like defeat that I feel inside of me.
Well, maybe just eating nothing but vegetables for lunch isn't like a good idea, right? If it's like that difficult for you to do.
Right now, I literally just feel that defeat feeling. I am having emotions that I feel right before I give up.
You have like emotions or feelings in there? That doesn't sound right. I think we should go to the mechanic and get this straightened out, or the therapist. It's just some crap.
Want to beat the feeling more times than I don't. And then I also want to start drinking 3 water bottles a day instead of just 2. All right, so now let's talk about how my week went. So I was doing pretty decent. I was staying below the 3,400 calories that Noom wants me to eat. I was definitely eating in moderation, so I was allowing myself to have like the unhealthy things, but also inviting a bunch of like fruits and vegetables and healthier foods into my diet.
Okay, so you're adding in healthy food. Perhaps an effort should be taken to remove unhealthy food from our diet as well. This is not dietary advice. This is just entertainment.
There was one day where I overate and I chose like the most horrific foods that day.
It wasn't the 20-piece nugget though, because as we know, that's not really any worse than having a 10-piece with some fries. Everybody knows that.
Because like I said, we're not perfect over here. Like if I woke up one day and I came on here and I was like, you guys, I've been perfect for a full year, it'd be bullshit because it's not possible.
It's not possible. Like I could literally go the rest of my life never eating a cake again just to stick it to everybody. Like that's the level of psychosis that I am currently in. Like no, nobody's perfect. We all make mistakes from time to time. What's important is that we get back on the wagon and stay on track.
So this is where things get hecticana.
Hecticana.
A few days ago, I mean, I'm telling you, it was storming really bad. It was flooding. There was flood warnings. It was really, really bad.
Right.
And I was out with my mom, and I didn't realize when I got home that the flood was going to be near me. So to get into my apartment, which was literally the only way to get into my apartment, I had to step and walk in water that literally like went up to the middle of my calf. I was pissed about it, obviously. Like
Right, walking through water sucks.
I have lymphedema and lipedema, and my skin and my body is just really sensitive to things.
Okay, so it was painful to walk through the water?
So I was soaking wet. My pants were soaking wet, my legs were soaking wet, my shoes were soaking wet. Came home, I showered. I sadly woke up the next day with cellulitis. So there's 2 versions of cellulitis. There is version 1, where I get all of like the physical leg symptoms. Red, pain.
Somebody in the comments said that she has open sores in her legs or something like that, and that's what's going on with this. I'm not trying to laugh at that. I'm actually not laughing at any of the negative things that Amberlynn has going on with her health at all. I don't think any of that is funny.
Full. Like you can tell there's like a massive infection. But then I also get the shivers and I get 103 temperature. I am puking profusely. TMI, I have diarrhea.
Okay, so the cellulitis starts flaring up and giving you a bunch of flu-like symptoms.
Can't eat for days on end and I lose a bunch of weight doing that. Or there's B. I still get the leg is red. The leg is painful. You can tell that there is an infection. And I really just feel general malaise, like
a general feeling of malaise.
I don't have any of those other puking fever symptoms. That's where I'm at here. In both of these areas, A and B, I swell a lot, obviously. It's a really bad infection. So I got cellulitis from walking in the dirty water from the flood.
Okay, so you have some sort of like open wounds on your legs or whatever, and they got infected walking through the dirty water. According to Google, cellulitis is a bacterial infection of the skin and underlying tissues, commonly caused by Streptococcus or Staphylococcus bacteria. It appears as a red, swollen, painful area of skin that can spread rapidly if left untreated. And we're gonna wrap up the video right there. So personally, I agree with Amberlynn Reid that they exaggerate a lot of the scenes on my 600-pound life. It just makes for good TV, baby. Also, I don't know if that was a real comment where somebody was like, how come everybody's giving you a hard time about a 20-piece? It's no different than a 10-piece with the fry. I have a hard time believing that's a real comment. And the thing about the sores and the legs and the infection, I'm really sorry to hear that. That sounds terrible. So what do you think of the clips that we just saw? Leave a comment below. Happy Thursday, everybody. Anyway, that about does it. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, and subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one.